But like being able to organize things into lists and onto schedules and color code it, whatever it is, like just it rewires my brain. I want it to be like a whole thing. So just bear with me through this video as it's, you know, kind of just getting prepared so I can be more organized and productive for future videos like this. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, once I realized I'd be recording this whole video in a spinny chair, I couldn't not do an intro like that, but I see why I shouldn't have. So in the spirit of truly doing whatever the fuck I want on this channel, today's video is gonna be, you guessed it, different from my other videos. Look, in order to post consistently, I need to do the things that are fun, important, and interesting to me, and I guess I'm just hoping that there's a truck going by. And I guess I'm just hoping that they'll be interesting to you as well. So for today, it is June 1st. I need to get my life together. No, that may sound a little too serious, but it is June 1st. It's the start of a new month. You know, you see everyone on social media doing their cute little monthly resets and plan with me's and like self-care Sundays and stuff like that. And I'm all for it. And I want to do it too. And like low key, as someone who is a board certified health and wellness coach, these are things that I should be doing probably all the time. Like what good is it for me as a coach to encourage others to do things like this, like goal setting and habit tracking and self-care related things, if I'm not also participating in those things? I gotta take care of myself too, so that's what today is going to attempt to be. And so I truly am like an organizational list making junkie. Like that type of stuff is my bread and butter. I just tend to, you know, not focus on it in areas where I should, or I only prioritize it for certain things. But like being able to organize things into lists and onto schedules and color code it, whatever it is, like just it rewires my brain, and like dopamine I get from doing things like that is just ridiculous. So why not make content out of it? And mostly I'm influenced or encouraged to do this because I've been seeing a lot of videos of people who are using Notion, and I have kind of tried to use Notion in the past, but I was doing it on my iPad, which was like annoying, and I was doing it for content creation, but like, as you know, I'm not very consistent with content creation, so I thought it would be cool to try it out for just like regular daily, weekly planning in my personal life. So we will be doing that today. But before we get into that, I figured I'd just kind of just go over what I currently do for organization. Realize I haven't had any of this delicious, beautiful coffee I've made yet. So I'm very much a pen and paper, I want to physically write things down kind of person. So I had been using for a number of years this planner from an Etsy seller who I will link down below, and I put in like hours of research to find the perfect type of planner that would work for me, and I purchased this multiple times, and it truly was just so great to do that. But then a couple months ago, I don't know, sometime in 2022, when I couldn't really afford to buy a new one because I think it's like $50, which for like a yearly calendar like isn't that big of a deal. But fun fact, I'm not sure if the shop owner has this like turned on, but there are a lot of Etsy shop owners who have like automatic coupon codes that get sent out to people who have had things in their cart for like longer than 24 hours. So whether you want to purchase the planner I'm gonna put down below or anything else on Etsy, leave that thing in your cart for like a day or two if you can, and see if you get automatically emailed like a 10% off discount code, because a lot of people do that. You didn't hear it from me, okay? But save yourself some money. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So earlier in 2022, when I didn't have a job and I didn't want to spend $50+ on a planner, I really got more into digital planning and how I could still kind of maintain that pen to paper with an iPad and iPencil, Apple Pencil, whatever they're called, and just do things digitally by buying a digital planner off of Etsy or even making a digital planner myself. I have actually made some digital planning pages of my own that I will link down below if you would like to purchase them. You don't have to, but they're really fun. They're really cheap. But anyway, I got really into digital planning, so I purchased a really affordable digital planner, which I would link down below, but I think that Etsy shop is closed, which is sad because I really loved the planner that this person made. But like, you search digital planner on Etsy and you're gonna get thousands of results, and you can spend a lot of time figuring out which one suits you best. Why do I sound like a salesperson so much in this video? So I'll insert some clips of the current planner that I use for my personal things. I do something separate for work, but with this planner, you know, you have the monthly view, you have the daily view, which is what I really love, so I can, you know, schedule my day, plan my day, my to-do list. I lied. I do put my work to-do list on here as well, just so everything is all in one place, but there's a space for meal planning, there's a space for notes. That's like the bulk of what I use this planner for, is like the weekly, monthly calendars and the daily planning. A lot of these digital tools also come with like their own built-in habit trackers and journals and finance tracking and like just so much stuff that I either just don't care to use like in my digital journal, and I use it somewhere else, or I just like don't do those things at all. But the one thing that I have tried to do like consistently in my digital journal is goal setting, like more long-term stuff and habit tracking. And I've tried and I just like, I don't know, it hasn't been working for me, which is why I want to try Notion to do some of those things. So something else that I really enjoy doing in the good old-fashioned pen and paper method is journaling. So I did recently, by recently I mean a couple months ago, but I haven't been using it very consistently, of course, bought this journal by a brand called Reeve, something. This is just off Amazon. I'll link it down below, but this has been a really great way for me to have like a moment of gratitude throughout the day, track habits, reflect on the week, and it takes like 2 seconds. I know the 5-minute journal, if that's what it's called, is very popular, but that thing's a little expensive for the amount of time that you can use it. And if I remember correctly, even if this might be similar in price, you get like way more weeks or months out of it. So I was pretty consistent with this for a decent amount of time. But then in May, you know, moving, packing, whatever, I kind of lost track with it. So June 1st is here, baby, and we're getting back on track. So it has 3 sections, which I love, and I am gonna start on this today. I'm probably not gonna show you everything that I put in here just because some things gotta be kept personal, but there's a daily page for writing an affirmation, what you're grateful for, the top 3 must-dos, and then at the end of the day, reflecting on what made you really happy, and then something that you could have done better. And you can also like track your sleep and mood on here. The second section is a weekly reflection. So they normally provide like a cute little prompt, like a cute little journal prompt with like very minimal space to write, which is good for me because I get very overwhelmed when someone provides you like a full 8.5 by 11 space for journaling. Like I don't know, I'm not a long form journaler. I just want to write a couple bullet points, so that's really great. And you can outline your priorities for the week. And then it also includes a habit tracker for each month. So space for you to write out each of your habits, space to check it off. And it's really good for, you know, reflecting on progress, tracking your progress, seeing what you kept up with. Last but not least, something else that I also do for, you know, some sort of tracking and planning is using the whiteboard monthly calendar that I hang on my wall. She's looking a little sad right now. I think the last month that was on here was April, but I mostly just like to use this since I do work from home. I need to reference a calendar all the time, and I don't know, it's just easier for me to look up here to see the layout of the days and the weeks than pulling up the calendar on my computer. Otherwise, the only other thing that I do track on here is my schedule versus my partner's schedule. My schedule for the most part remains the same, but his is constantly changing, so I like to see like when we have similar days off or weekends off, or, you know, if he's working a night shift or if I'm working in the office that day. This is like a good place for us to reference all of that. So that covers everything that I currently do or have tried in the past in terms of tracking and planning and my attempts at goal setting. So now let's get into some of the actual planning that I would like to do for June. And just to make things easy, I'm going to start off with updating my whiteboard calendar because that's like minimal effort. So I think what I'll do next is start on my month of June habit tracking in my journal, and then later tonight I'll go back in and fill out, or actually I hate starting like weekly reflections in the middle of the week, so I'll start the habit tracker today, but I'll get back on track with like journaling twice a day and doing the weekly reflections starting on Sunday. Just, I don't know, it's gonna bother me if I start in the middle of the week. I know every day is a good day, good opportunity to start something new or again, but Sunday's the day for me in this case. When it comes to habit tracking, I don't get too crazy. I kind of just keep it to the basics. So on here, as you can see, I have daily movement, which I've already done today, waking up by 6:30, which I've also done today, going to bed by 10 p.m., which I probably will do, and I'll mark that off tomorrow morning. Journal in the morning, journal at night, feed, drink 1 water bottle, which is kind of like my ultimate goal is at least 1 full water bottle of my 32-ounce bottle, but I put the second water bottle on there just in case I happen to feel extra thirsty and motivated that day, I guess. I hardly ever check off the second one, but we're getting there. And then no alcohol, which I haven't checked off today, but I will be checking it off. I promise this is just coffee. And I don't have any specific goals around alcohol. I mean, I do try to avoid having drinks like during the week unless I'm out to dinner or something, or even then I still try to avoid it. At least recently it's something I've been trying to do, and just kind of being mindful of that and being able to track it to see, you know, if there is a trend in one direction or the other, and you know how I feel about that so I can reflect on it. But yeah, I just keep it pretty simple for tracking habits, but when we get into goal setting, that's where things may get a little more specific and I'll branch out farther into, you know, different areas of my life. Okay, so now diving into my Notion, or lack of Notion. So like in an ideal world, I'd already have a cute little aesthetic layout, I'd have my pages, I'd have everything all set up, but do I have any of that ready for this video? No. There's a YouTuber that I really enjoy watching who also lives in New York City named Alexa, who always uses Notion for her plan with me's, but she said she's going to be launching a new template, and I really like the way that she does her Notion planning, so I'm low-key kind of waiting for her to make that available so I can use that, and then obviously like customize certain things to my liking. But for the time being, I figured what I would do is still share my screen to like show you what I'm doing, but kind of just go through some of the things that I want to go through, some of my goals and hopes for June, just like the very basic, you know, list of things, and then later I will go back and make this a little prettier, you know, make checkboxes with it, make different layouts and things like that. So I'm actually like motivated to use it, because right now as it is, it's literally just a dashboard page that links to other pages that don't have anything on it. So like if you came here for some sort of Notion tutorial or inspiration, this isn't it. I mean, I would appreciate you staying around just to support me, and maybe you'll feel motivated to make some goals along the way, but this isn't that. So you'll have to go elsewhere for that, but there's tons of other YouTube video tutorials on Notion that I encourage you to watch. Really the goal of having this Notion is so that every single month, and then, you know, yearly as well, I can have moments of reflection, whether it's in video form, which I would like to make this a monthly installment of my channel, or not in video form and just on my personal time, you know, be able to say, like, take you guys through, okay, what were last month's goals? Did I accomplish them? What's on the agenda for this month? And, you know, kind of just keeping track of all of these things. So this is like video, not even video 1, this is like video 0 baseline. And in July, when I go to make a new, you know, plan with me, reset with me, I'd love for that to be a whole video of just like planning and resetting for the month. So doing my Notion, doing my habit tracking, doing some reflection, and also like maybe a little skincare reset routine, cleaning. I want it to be like a whole thing. So just bear with me through this video as it's, you know, kind of just getting prepared so I can be more organized and productive for future videos like this. All right, so here we have my naked little mole rat of a Notion page. I told you guys there really wasn't much to it at this point. I'm just putting down like general gist of it. You know, we will get to the specifics and the cuteness and the aesthetic soon. The main things that I want to use my Notion for are for personal items, social media things. So on the personal side, looking at monthly goals, long-term goals, and a weekly to-do list. And then on the social media side of things, I'd like to, again, you know, look at monthly goals. Probably related to that and supportive of that would be my content calendar. and ideas, and then lastly tracking. So for that I mean subscriber count, follow count, views, watch time hours, all those things, whether it's, you know, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, things like that, just as a way of motivation to see hopefully growth and have everything all in one place and just really having that visual. As I've said, I'm a wellness coach. I know the importance of tracking and visuals and reflecting on these things, and I just haven't gotten into the habit of doing it myself, especially for social media. So let's look at some monthly goals. So June, what do I want to accomplish personally? Well, the first thing I can think of that I have been putting off for a very long time is finding a therapist. I've looked plenty of times. I just haven't like bit the bullet to do it. So I would love to do that. Definitely need and want to visit Delaware / family, because not all of my family is in Delaware, but I am due for a Delaware trip soon. Then I guess on like a health and wellness side of things, my kind of continuous goal is always to do like 2 days per week of strength training and 2 days per week of spin. That's constantly a work in progress. That's the ideal. Also would like to read a book. I'm gonna keep it low. Ideally 2 would be great, but we're gonna start small and build our way up there. I don't even have a book yet to read, so we'll take it one day at a time. All right, there's probably a lot of other things I can add to this, especially being in our new apartment now. There's still a lot of things to do. I'll put those things on here, but believe me, I have tons of notes app lists with tons of apartment related things and grocery lists and other things. So I am tracking that somewhere. I'm just not gonna put that on here, at least for right now. I think next I'm gonna go to a weekly to-do list. It is only Thursday, but it's still worth making a list of things that I need to do, because there are a couple, which is honestly just like the usual things that I have to do in a week. So on any other day, you know, this list might be longer, have more things, but given it's the end of the week, these are my kind of like to-do list items for the weekend. So I need to meal plan, groceries, go grocery shopping, vacuum, probably need to clean the kitchen and bathroom, and laundry. I've already paid rent, I've already paid bills. All right, I'm going to leave the long-term goals alone for now, just because I think that's gonna take a lot more like personal reflection time on my own. Going on to monthly goals for social media. Definitely in the spirit of consistency, film / post for YouTube videos, or essentially 1 video per week. I'd also like to do 2 TikTok posts per week. I have a handful of things filmed that I haven't posted on TikTok. At Bake Should Happen, if you'd like to give me a follow for all things baking. So I need to get back to that. I was doing pretty good with it, but I need to get back to it. Instagram, I don't know where I stand with Instagram. As much as I prefer Instagram to TikTok, I've been finding it really hard to post on Instagram. So I'm gonna just like leave that one blank. I think for social media related stuff, I'd also like to dedicate 2 hours per weekend to plan / create / edit, probably mostly on the planning and editing side of things. I just feel like, you know, I do most of my filming during the week, and if I could just like take a little bit of time on the weekends to at the very least plan the content for the week, if not like begin editing either a video or a TikTok or an Instagram post, that will just like set me up better for the week. I have no reason not to do it. I make so many excuses as to why I don't work on social media on the weekends, because I always think that there's like something else better to be doing, but then I end up like not really doing anything, and I just need to focus on this. So yeah, I think that's a good starting point for monthly goals. So content calendar and ideas, I do have a bunch of them that I will also do on my own. So for tracking, I will look at subscriber count, total views, and watch hours. That's for YouTube, and then for TikTok, I'll just look at TikTok followers. And I mean Instagram too, if I really want to. So currently I have 2,559 subscribers and 217,712 lifetime views. For watch hours, I'm going to do the past year because I think that's how they base monetization. So for the past 365 days, I have 511.4 watch hours. So on TikTok, I currently have 73 followers. Doing great things over there, guys. And on Instagram, again, looking at my Bake Shit Happen Instagram, not my personal because I don't really care about that, I have 349 followers. Apparently a lot of unread messages because I haven't been on this thing in a minute, but I'm not selling myself very well. I'm gonna get better at posting, so go follow. All right, this video is getting a little lengthy, so I am going to call it here. Again, I apologize if this wasn't like the most organized organization video, but believe me when I say that this is all just prep for the rest of this month and next month, and I'm kind of just establishing the foundation of what I want my scheduling and planning to be. And then by next month, I will have a better reset plan around using my Notion and using my wall calendar, using my digital planning. Yeah, any, you know, self-care reset type of things that I'd also like to see in my future Plan With Me videos. So all that goes without saying that if you have any really great Notion templates that you would like to share with me, please feel free to point me in the right direction. Otherwise, let me know your favorite way to plan and organize your day, week, month, year, life. I'd love to know because your girl always needs help. My cat is literally snoring on the couch next to me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I had a good time, ready to get my shit together. I will certainly keep you all updated next month. So this is my accountability promise to myself that there will be another one of these videos, and hopefully it's a little more involved and exciting than this. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.